Hello, Herotaku. This is the review for SHF Figuarts Tyranno Ranger and Dragon Ranger, the Tamashii Nation's release of the Zyurangers, or the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is the original Japanese release with the Akibaranger Effect Parts to make them the powerful Rangers. Now, Red's box has him holding his blaster and such, and it's amazing. I mean, the box is basic red with the figure on the side, along with Dragon Ranger, and Dragon Ranger holding his Zyusouken to summon Dragon Caesar. Now, the backs of each other's box are practically the same, as it displays the optional parts, the points of articulation, the sculpting, and the bonus Akibaranger pieces. Now, both Figuarts have the same amount of features per hands, and the Akibaranger Effect Parts having the replacement for the Dino Buckler and the neck collar, and 4 pairs of additional hands. Now, Dragon Ranger only comes with his Zyusouken and the Hellfriede, or the Sword of Darkness, if you're used to the MMPR series. And for Tyranno Ranger, he comes with his saber, the Blade Blaster, in its 3 forms, along with its version when it's attached to the Thunder Slinger. Now, I'll use the American names just for familiarity, and as such. Now, both of these figures have, as you can see, just from being in the package alone, amazing points of detail per their weapon and their actual suit features, along with these special Akibaranger effect pieces, which do differentiate to match the actual Senshi's different Dino Buckler and the Dragon Buckler. The Dragon Buckler actually being gold, the gold Dino Buckler, and Tyranno's being actually silver, which are fabulous, awesome details. Both Tyranno Ranger and Dragon Ranger are built on the same mold, same features, and as such have all the points of articulation and then some, with the Dragon Ranger being hindered by the Dragon Shield. Now, the thing about their points of articulation are they're the basic Tamashii figures, where they have the hip swivel, the hip joint, the double jointed knees, and also have these special ball jointed ankles along with toe joints, which move a lot smoother than an actual Kamen Rider Figuart. Along with that, they have the basic waist joint, ab joints, they have shoulder joints, which are kind of loose because they have this little covering here to allow it to be more humane, to allow it to flex, the bicep joint, a swivel joint, an actual elbow joint, and the wrist joint, allowing it to go 360 and actually swivel to allow them to arc their hands in certain poses. Now, along with that, they also have the basic head joint and neck joint. And as you can see, each of their helmets are very detailed and accurate to the original Zyuranger helmets. And as such, with Dragon Ranger, he too has the same points of articulation, just with the mild hindrance of his actual dragon armor and shield, making it that his shoulders actually get caught up in there, and you should be very gentle with them so you do not chip the plastic or break the joint, because his arms can only go this far up because of how the shoulders are made, which also gives you a bit of a hindrance when trying to pose him with the Zyusouken to summon Dragon Caesar or Dragon Zord, whichever you may prefer. Now, since they have several accessories with them, let's get down to each specific one. First up is the Dino Blaster, the Power Blaster actual Dino Dagger mode, where literally the sword is still in the dagger mode. The gun is still in its sheath form, and all is revealed is a small little blade, which actually is a formidable weapon used throughout the show's entirety. And it's an easy replacement, as it's just a ball joint attachment. And as such, since it's an easy replacement, you practically just keep changing the hand, changing the weapon to display Tyranno Ranger with all of his awesome accessories, such as the actual blaster version of it, which is a nice, good pistolized version and gun. Really like the features and the details put into it. They really actually captured the whole asset of the gun's form from the original series. You also have, as stated and shown earlier, the little slinger mode, which was only used about 2 to 3 times, maybe 5 in the original Zyuranger footage compared to the actual PR footage. And their combined form together, which is an awesome feature and detail alone, and just wonderfully colored and painted and molded. Looks very accurate. And finally, you have Tyranno Ranger with his amazing saber, with the nice gold trim, black trimmings in the blade itself, and wonderful features overall. Really great design, really almost 100% accuracy to the actual weapon in the show. Now, with Dragon Ranger, he only has 2 accessories and limited points of articulation, in a sense, of how to pose him and feature him, as because he has to do the Summoning Call, the Zyusouken, and the Hellfriede, which is the Sword of Darkness in America, which still run on the same basic replacement hand features. Now, Dragon Ranger playing his flute is a horrible plane to try to pose and articulate, because on the box, it actually shows that you can get it 100%, but for a lot of fans, they have the issues of trying to get the shoulders in the right area and not break the shield, break the arms, and as such, to get the Zyusouken in the right position for him to actually blow the flute. So you have to get it at a certain camera angle just to cheat the articulation of the actual figure itself. Now, with the Hellfriede, which is, still the Sword of Darkness, it is an amazing saber with a clear plastic ball piece right here, and has really good black shading and nice little bits of engraving around the edge of the blade, which is amazing and great, because now you can actually display Dragon Ranger or Green Ranger as the evil entity of when he first debuted, when he was being in the servitude to Bandora and Rita. So it's really great and an awesome feature, let alone to have. And if you actually have the time to customize it, you can make him the Mighty Mutant and have him fight himself. Or just add the little silver paint to the edge of the helmet, if you're a PR purist. And lastly, before we get into the Akibaranger effect pieces, these figures are just wonderful in design alone. And honestly, it's great. The accessories, the points of articulation, just superb. It really strikes me as a Zyuranger and Mighty Morphin Power Ranger fan and a Sentai PR fan. These are wonderful figures. These are wonderful molds. These are great. My only cons against the figures are really with Dragon Ranger. The shield really gets in the way to put him in great special features and details, and the shoulder joints of the basic Sentai, because these padding areas get loose and get disproportional with the figure and become the loosest joints on the entire figure, let alone. These are the only real issues I have, and the fact that with a lot of people they are mentioning that the paint wears off in the figure's hands, which is weird, so I don't know how that's actually happening. I personally feel like you should purchase these if you're a Power Rangers fan, or if you're just a Sentai fan alone, because they're wonderful figures to have to your collection and such. And you can buy them on HobbyLink Japan, AmiAmi, CS Toys, Hobby Search, Tom's Toy Store, and Amazon. Now, since I actually say that these are well worth the purchase and worth the buy, if you do get the Japanese versions, which are Tyranno Ranger and Dragon Ranger, instead of the MMPR counterparts, they do come with the Akibaranger Effect pieces. And to replace them, all you need to do is remove the belt and the neck joint and slab those down in. And we will get into that right now. Last off, the Akibaranger Effect piece. Like stated earlier, all you gotta do is remove the belt and the neck and replace them for these swappable accessories. Now, the cool part about it is, yes, it is exactly like Akibaranger with the American flag designed like belt strap and neck collar, which is really lame and stupid, but I guess that was the only way for them to differentiate the Americans from the Japanese and etc. for the parody series Akibaranger. Akibaranger, good show, lost its luster season 2. However, great that they include these stupid little accessories. I mean, it's ridiculous that we need them, but hey, I guess fans actually wanted them, so they gave it. And it was a great way to promote the horrible Figuart lines for those characters. However, still worth the purchase, worth the buy, and great to own. It's a pain to put on Dragon Ranger because of his shield, so I did not display him, and that's all you get, just Tyranno Ranger. Overall, two perfect purchases, and well worth the effort in owning. Anyways, you can check out Herotaku here on YouTube, follow them on Twitter, and check out the website. They have a lot of stuff to offer, such as comic book reviews, previews for upcoming episodes of TV shows, TV show reviews, toy reviews, columns, and a great amount of assorted podcasts presented on Raijo Nihon. As such, you can find all these links and more down in the description below. As for now, this has been a review for Herotaku, and we will see you next time.